Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Cooper Chronicles 29-Day Love Challenge. I'm Ed.
I'm Angel, and we're the Coopers.
Hey, listen, this is day number 13.
Guys.
13. We're going to wait for a couple people to come on.
Yes.
We're
yes.
We're scheduling wise. We're trying to fit in our schedule, make sure we're at least here between 12 and 12:30.
Yeah.
But, hey, we're a little late, but that's all right, though. We're still here.
We're so glad that you guys are riding with us in this journey.
Yes.
Not literally in the car with us, but you're with us.
I'm about looking. I'm make sure I'm in this car, man. Y'all better not be in my car. I don't know about it. No, sir. But what do you want to talk about today, honey?
I think this one's really good, and it's really important for
Yes.
those that are working with
Hey,
anybody.
Veronica, how you
Hi,
doing?
Veronica. Anyone that's in a relationship, anyone that has children, anyone
Right.
that's working, anyone that it's actually, this can apply to anyone. And it's so interesting because I think we get this one confused with a lot of them. So let's talk about it. Want to get into it? First of all, let me just explain what
Yes.
the 29-Day Love Challenge is.
Please do.
29-Day Love. Okay, good. We're going to make it real quick. So the 29-Day Love Challenge is to take the lid off of, encouraging and inspiring us to become greater, better, stronger, and wiser. So we challenge you every day out of the month of February.
I like that.
For some practical tips and challenges. So we're going to get you guys in on it. You ready, babe?
Yes, I'm ready.
This
Listen, this is day number 13.
Day 13.
Lucky number 13. For those superstitious people out there.
I have no idea.
Listen, this is day number 13.
Yes.
And our subject today is actively listen while hearing. Actively listen while hearing.
All right, so now these don't get it confused. These words both talk about the same thing.
That's
it's
right.
using our ears.
There you go. Use these little things, man. But they can be applied to certain things, like you're listening to music, you're listening to someone speak, or you're having a conversation.
Yeah.
That's what it involves, listening and hearing.
No, but
the
they
two
have
words
different
are different meanings.
That's what we talk about. And we can even really talk deep about this as a couple. If you're in what we call is a heated debate or an argument, most of the times we're not processing, we're not really listening. What we're doing is we're hearing. So let's give you the definition, the difference between the two. Babe, do you want to talk about hearing?
Sure. When you hear, this means that, I put little notes down here, so I didn't want to mess it up, but this means this. You're actively paying attention. Not actively listening.
And
you have to actively listen. In other words, sometimes people calling me, messing up my. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're not actively listening.
Yes, but when you are listening, you're actively concentrating on the words that are coming out of. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Right. All right. So what we want you to practice and challenge yourself to do is just don't sit there to respond when you're hearing the tone. If you're listening to something, if you're hearing someone, most of the time if we're in a heated debate, we're just hearing the sound. We're not processing the words.
That's true.
We're not concentrating on the words that are coming out of the mouth. So allow yourself to process.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a conversation where was in a room and people were talking and only thing you just hear is just noise, just sounds that are in a room?
Right.
And people are really like, you're not
all people do most of the time is they hear, but that's just the tone. But what we're trying to encourage you to do is learn how to actively process the words that people are saying. And then you really get an understanding about what's happening. So pay attention to what's happening.
But
when people are talking.
I like that, but it all revolves actively listening to what's being said. Now, pay attention. We're going to summarize. Pay attention, but we're going to summarize, and we're going to have some questions. We're going to ask you some questions, okay?
But when you're listening to someone, you can summarize what they're saying, and then you can ask the questions. When you don't really listen, you can't process. You won't be able to have questions. You won't be able to summarize or put into, okay, that's what they're saying. So
I like that. To make whatever it is that you're doing successful
and process everything that's being shared with you, because when we start to process it, then you'll be able to understand. You're learning something. You're not just passing judgment. You're not just getting upset because of the tone. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, and those that are listening, learn to watch your tone even in the process, because
what's it called? Tonality.
It comes over when you're like, honey, can you please take out the trash?
That
comes over different.
That tone is so sweet, and you'll just go and do what you need to do.
Take a deep breath before you speak, watch your tone, because when it comes across, you know what? How your delivery is everything.
Yes, it is. But listen, I love the part. That's why I love this lesson. What is subject about actively listening while hearing.
Yeah.
You gotta actively listen. If I gotta say it again, you have to actively listen.
Yeah.
Then that way you don't miss the mark.
And you won't have as many heated debates or arguments that you would probably or have been in the past. You can avoid some of these things if you actively listen. And don't just wait to respond. So let's go over our 2 practical points again.
The 2 practical points, once again, number 1 was to listen to understand.
And number 2 is to listen to learn.
Listen. That's not a word. March 14th will be the Now Network show.
So check your local listenings for your channels so that you can follow us. We are really, we've been blessed to be able to impact many lives, and we're going to be continuing to do so on a very larger scale.
But you know what though?
What?
They have 27 million viewers.
Oh my gosh.
27 You don't want to miss what's being said.
Because love is worth the work. We're excited. We have songs for you. We have songs going to really inspire you.
They worked me today. I just can't say, but if you come out on that day, it's going to be a special day.
We'll let you know the day later.
We'll let you know the